Sign up right now, $20 pledge. Obviously, ACS can doing a lot of work for the American Cancer Society. And speaking of survivors, I've got one here in particular coming up here in just a little bit. This is a true survivor. I want to thank all the people out here too that have helped out tonight and have been following me on Facebook, because I've been posting about my lovely wife, Susan, who has just battled and beat cancer. Come on up, Susan.
Hi, I'm not really a speaker, so he's the speaker, I'm not. But I am so very grateful for your attendance tonight to kick off the Making Strides Breast Cancer Walk. Please bear with me this evening because I've had a tough week. Yesterday, I lost a childhood friend to brain cancer. Alan fought so hard to live, just like all cancer patients do. My name is Susan Harrigan, and I was asked to speak this evening and share a message from all breast cancer survivors. This is a message of hope. He who has health has hope. He who has hope has everything. A year ago this September, my friend, Janice Chase, lost her battle with breast cancer. The last few months of her life were quite a struggle, but she never lost her optimism or determination to continue to fight and stare down cancer and say, "Bring it on, I'm not afraid." She had hope. Janice was an inspiration to everyone around her, especially me. Janice goes with me everywhere. She rides in the glove box of my car. She's in my purse for doctor visits and hospital stays. She is someone I admire. Why did I share a story about someone that didn't survive breast cancer? Cancer is a very individual experience. Each and every survivor, and we are all survivors from the day of our diagnosis, will have a unique walk down the cancer path. However, we will meet challenges, successes, and failures that have been met and dealt with before us, like Janice, and will be met and dealt with again after us. We must keep in our thoughts the lessons of those who have gone before us, and to endeavor to leave behind whatever we can to benefit those who walk down the path after us. Using the term survivor to describe myself is one of the hardest things I've had to overcome. My journey is so new since I was just diagnosed in March. The words "I had cancer" are distinctly difficult to speak. Today, I even find it hard to remember the last 5 months, which is so strange because in the year before, it consumed me. Every waking moment dealt with cancer in one way or another. Sometimes I felt like it happened to another person, and I realized it did. I will never again be that person who had an inversion in their breast, who knew intuitively I have breast cancer. My road to survivorship goes like this. In March of 2015, I went for my annual doctor's visit. There was little something going on in my left breast, so I went for a mammogram. I did this every year because that's what you're supposed to do. Well, it was normal. Phew, right? I wasn't so convinced though, and I asked for an ultrasound, but I was told I didn't need one because nothing showed in the mammogram. As the year went on and seeing changes taking place, I asked again for a doctor's visit, and I was told to wait till March for my annual visit of this year. As I sat at Janice's funeral, I felt her saying, "Push harder." I knew in my heart I had breast cancer. My grandmother was diagnosed at 80, but wasn't I too young? I would go on Facebook and see friends of mine newly diagnosed, and I knew I was next. So on March 17th, I remember that day because St. Patrick's Day is a big holiday in the Harrigan house, and it was time for my annual doctor visit. I was a total basket case. Finally, though, someone would see. Someone would tell me what to do about it, I thought. When the doctor checked me, the look in his eyes confirmed everything I knew. He said I needed to go for a mammogram and an ultrasound. He said it may be nothing, trying to calm my nerves, but I knew. I went to Manatee Memorial Hospital for a mammogram, and the nicest, kindest people walked me through the process, and guess what? The mammogram was normal. But with their expertise, they sent me straight for an ultrasound. I could see it on the screen. I knew. After more tests, biopsies, and MRIs, we met with Dr. Jeffrey Wasserman. In my opinion, he's the best radiologist around, and he confirmed the cancer. My husband and my daughter had tears, which I calmly handed them tissues. I knew. I had a bilateral mastectomy on May 2nd with reconstruction. I had some very kind and incredible doctors at Moffitt Cancer Center. Dr. John Kylick and Dr. Gerald Masiello have taught me how to live. I had another reconstruction surgery last Thursday, and I'm here to show how strong one woman can be. Why does it take a challenge to our survival to give ourselves permission to really live? I've been so wrapped up in things that I thought were important, I forgot about the things that really mattered. In fact, 10 years ago, I wanted some new boobs. So I entered a radio show, no, this is no joke, called Boobapalooza, and I wrote a song, okay? The words were shaped like a Christmas tree. It was at Christmas time. And the tune was to Oh Christmas Tree. And it went something like this. Oh, please pick me, I need some C's. I wish I had some big boobies. Well, yeah, well, I was disqualified, not from the singing, because I emailed it in, but from my husband being in the media. And it's 10 years later. It's definitely not the way I envisioned it happening, but guess who's getting her C's? I have taken a deep breath and narrowed my focus on what really matters. I am a survivor. As we dance through life, we sometimes fall down. And the most important thing is that we get back up and keep dancing. And I have done this before on a dance floor. But being a cancer survivor means I make as normal as possible the many side effects and scars I have on my body. And I do so while celebrating the fact that I am alive. It is the mature recognition of how fragile life is and how valuable life is by respecting, without ignoring, all the messages your body and your life sends you. Get the mammogram and demand an ultrasound if you feel you need it. Being a cancer survivor means taking care of yourself without shame or guilt, so that you are free to love others as long as you are alive. Well, my friends and family that supported me through the journey, please stand. I'd really like to thank all of you and tell you that I love you. Hello? Megan? Trisha? Where's Leanne? Thank you. To my family, thank you for being so strong so I could be strong. Love you to the moon, or a bushel and a peck. I am so grateful to have such a great support system throughout my cancer journey. I was lucky to have rides to appointments and to a place to stay during treatments, but I know others are not as fortunate. That's why I'm making it my personal mission to tell everyone I meet the wonderful programs and services that the American Cancer Society provides, such as free car rides through their Road to Recovery program and free lodging at their Hope Lodge facilities. Please see one of the American Cancer Society volunteers to sign up and help. I had cancer, but cancer didn't have me.
Was that great or what? A true survivor. She was working on that speech, and I tell you what, she'd probably take my job over. You know what I'm saying?